Today I am in a town that once went to war with the UK government, but I'll talk about that later in the video, so keep tuned. Anyway, I keep saying crisscross, Claycross today. Once again in Derbyshire. Most of you guys seem to be enjoying like the towns in Derbyshire, so I just thought I'd just carry on the trend. And at the moment I'm just a little bit outside the centre. I'm in a place called Kenning Park, I think. Bloody boiling as well. First video I've had no top, well, I have got a top on, I mean no jacket on. I don't think you want to see that. But yeah, it's nearly 20 degrees today, so, you know, we're getting a right tan. Anyway, like most towns around here, it is an ex-coal mining town. It's actually in Chesterfield. I think, is it a town or a village? I think it's a town. A very famous guy, he used to own a company here. He used to dig out coal, iron, and limestone, I believe. So this village, I'm gonna say town. This town pretty much built by this company to house the workers. So like I always do, I've got some facts about the place. Don't worry, this video ain't just gonna be me talking. Anyway, it holds around 9,000 people, which is quite a small, it's very small for a town. So the town was developed, this is the famous guy, by George Stephenson, who founded the Claycross company in 1830s. So it's quite a modern town by other town standards. But yeah, he built all the houses, well his company did, created jobs and everything. So that's how we're here in the present day. The claim to fame for this place will be the strikes, which I will go into, but just not yet. There's not that many remnants, is that the word, of any industrial heritage or past. But in the town centre there's actually some like bits what are still left, so we can go have a look at them. It's a nice view, that. Look at clouds as well. Right, so I'm in town centre now. I found the first bit of industrial evidence, I'm going to call it. I know that's how, I think they were at the mine carts they used to pull with it, or were at the elevators. Not too sure, but look, it's a memorial for everyone who's lost a life in the pit, if you can read it there. There must have been original ones, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we must not forget the amount of people who died down the pit. Like, it did employ a lot of people, but it also caused a lot of trauma for families. It's a good thing they've got that out. Well, again, you know I love a good church. Well, I've found another. Look at that, that is actually quite impressive, isn't it? I'll try to get a closer look. What a lovely little church this is. And look at the view, so you sit there, look at the view. Look at that though, like the windows and stuff. Unfortunately, nowadays, they've got to like bar it up, like glass, so no one smashes it or nicks it, which is, it's really sad, because that's like the best part of a church, the glass. Obviously inside you can see it, so at least it's still there, not destroyed, but. Honestly though, so far I'm actually really liking it here. So I've actually found another bit of, what do they call it? Industrial evidence? No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. I don't know. Anyway, we've got this here, look. So this is a event for the mine, so obviously, well, I'd assume it was, so they could breathe down there. I wonder if it's all filled in. Imagine. Opening top and just falling down. But yeah, that's cool to see, to keep it there, like. You don't get that often. You don't, you know, when walking around towns and stuff, you know, they knocked all this down. They've just left no trace. Well, at least they've kept some traces here. But yeah, look, it's just next to a car park. It's like seeing in Leeds, you're at Asda or something, and there's just a massive chimney in the middle of the car park. Crazy to think all these houses were like built by this one man. I like these type of buildings though. They should have some more character than just for new builds. Before they discovered coal in the region though, it actually was an old Roman road. Like, I think this main road, I could be wrong. So yeah, they built it on top of the Roman road, which is an interesting fact. Again though, we have got a lot of Turkish barbers and stuff, but like I said in the last video, every town's the same, so you can't judge. It's more an England problem as a whole than a town problem, so it's unfair to judge it off that. Anyway, we're walking, this is the main high street-ish. There's not really a main high street, but I'd class this as it. But there must be pedestrianising it or something. But yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare for the businesses around here, but it is what it is. It's not a bad town centre at all though, like the shops are pretty decent, and as well, there isn't actually that many boarded up shops. Obviously you can see a few now, but it's about the time they close. Look, we've actually found another one of them chimneys, just next to Betfred, just casually next to Betfred. Again, you just wouldn't see that in most places, which is pretty cool. So the story I was hinting at the start of the video was the government going to war with this town. Well, the other way around. So back in the 70s, the government wanted to, forced local councils to increase council house rent to make it more fair. But obviously that does not make it fair. The Clay Cross Council actually objected with it and kept the rent the same. And like, at the time, obviously the Tories were in the 1970s. I'm trying not to get too political, but this area were like Labour, and they objected to it. And then the actual government, UK government, took the local council to court. So yeah, and then that ended up being a massive headline in the news, a local council going against the actual government. But yeah, it was big news at the time, but obviously the local council lost. In turn, that caused the council itself being fined loads of money and having to repay the government on the rent they should have been paying. Cabinet people or the people in the local council who cooperated with this, they lost their jobs and would never able to work in a council or anything like that again. Also, this video was actually recommended to me by one of my subscribers. I think he's subscribed. He better be. I'm messing. Thank you for suggesting. Anyway, I think that is the end of the video because there's not that much here, to do. I'm absolutely burnt to a crisp as well. Probably look as red as a tomato on this camera. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you do enjoy these type of videos, please drop me a follow, massively appreciated. And yeah, drop in comments, ask me a question, tell me where to go next, or just tell me things I should improve on. Right, see you next week.